Hello, my name is Abayomi Adeoye, and I want to welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for always coming back. Thank you for those that have subscribed. I want to thank you very much. Honestly, it means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you. I'm truly very grateful. I've got something very interesting to talk about today, and it's about our work. Okay, let me start this way. So there's a common and interesting fact that an average human being spends 1/3 of their life at work. And I find that very interesting because if we spend that much time on something, there is a way our person, or there's a way that thing shapes our person. And this, what I'm trying to say here, what I want to say here, actually, started from a thought that leads to a reflection. That is it our work that shapes us, or is actually our person that shapes how we work? Because the truth is, there's some people that maybe because they are doing a job that they believe is not paying them well, or is not their dream job, there's a kind of attitude that follows through to it. And my thought and question is, how much can we really keep up that attitude, create that distance to say, no, you can't judge me by how I am doing this work because I don't like it anyway. But if you're spending that much time doing something, is it actually because the measurement of your output, is it actually who you are, or is it actually about the job? The simple truth is, with the amount of time we spend at work, it is very difficult for your person, no matter how much you're trying to bottle it in, it's very difficult for your person not to be truly revealed, through your output. This is what I mean. If we truly want to know who you are, all we just have to do is simply follow you to your workplace and just observe how you're doing things, because that the amount of time you're spending at work is quite much for you to bottle who you truly are and perhaps do things by the book. And that's the truth. I understand the fact that we've adopted some lifestyle as a means of survival at work, dealing with stress, dealing with workplace politics, measuring, meeting up to KPIs and all of those things. And those can really be excused at some level. But with the rate and the amount of time we spend at work, don't you think at the very core it goes to define the kind of person you truly are? For example, imagine that you are working at a place where nobody truly monitors when you come in and when you leave work, and all you just have to do is simply fill a timesheet when you're coming and when you're leaving. Would you truly feeling the exact time you came to work, or the time you want them to believe you arrived at work? You see, those simple things actually goes to show, or goes to define who we truly are, because the level of interaction we have with that thing, the point I'm trying to make is, it's literally our life. There's no separating it. There's no way we can separate our work from our life. So we have a responsibility of first cultivating our person for that person to be revealed in our work. Some people sometimes doing it from the backward, such that they want to get to a kind of job first and then let that job influence them. But rather, it's actually who we are, no matter what kind of job we do. Either it is culturally dignifying or not. However, culture or society has come to define that. No matter what we actually do, it's not really, you don't wait to get to a certain kind of job. You don't wait for you to get to a certain level for you to act or be a certain way. But rather, be that kind of person yourself and let it show in your work. Let it show in everything and anything you're doing. And I mean that in every level. The summary of what I'm trying to say is, given the amount of time we spend at work, who we are at work can actually be approximated to who we truly are. And that's the truth. And it also becomes a challenge to us. As Christians, do we let who we are becoming to shine forth through us at work? We are trying to become like Jesus. Do we let Jesus shine forth through us at work? There's something people used to call Sunday Christian, because there are people that only Christians on a Sunday, but on Monday, they are not really who they claim they are yesterday. There's this exciting, beautiful Hillsong track that I love so much. I think the title is Believe, and there's a line from that song that says that
I said on Sunday how much I want revival, and then on Monday I can't even find my Bible. Where's the
the reason why that song came to my head is, on Sunday we say how much we've heard how much of Jesus we should be. We've even proclaimed how much of Jesus we want to be. But on Monday, we are literally another kind of person. But the simple truth is, who we truly are is not who we claim we are. On Sunday is actually who we are acting out. Is actually who we are showing ourselves to be on Monday and for the rest of the day at work, because we are spending that chunk of time at work, and it's difficult for us to separate it from a person, because with that amount of time we can approximate our life to whatever we are showing at our place of work. Another lesson I want to bring up generally just about work is the fact that research shows that about 80% of people claim that they find Monday very stressful, like they dislike Mondays, and about 70% even became like they start being scared about Monday from Sunday. And it goes to show how much people don't like work, or how much work stresses people. And I've heard people say that, oh God, if only man did not fall, like if only, the way they used to say in a funny way is that if only Eve did not eat the apple, and that's if it is apple that Eve ate. But the point is, actually, the fact that we are falling as human is not the reason why we are working, and that's the truth. God built work into the fabric of a person as human, especially male men, but generally as humans, God built work into our fabric. We are not working on account of the fall. Work was actually prescribed before the fall. It's only that God created what we are going to eat before He prescribed work to us. But after the fall, we started working so that we can get something to eat, and it even became more stressful because even sweating from work was pronounced into the fall. And it seems to be the truth and the reality. But as people who are becoming like Jesus, as people who are finding their way back to Eden, it should not be our proclaimed reality. What I'm trying to say here is that God built our purpose into our work. And you don't necessarily have to do, in quotes, something that is culturally accepted or culturally dignifying, like I had used earlier, for you to truly find purpose in what you're doing. God, you can build purpose, you can find purpose in whatever your hands is doing at the moment, because it is an instruction and a command from God that we should work. So one of the things we can do, and one of the things we can allow God to do through us, is to help Him every single day of our life, to teach us, to guide us, to lead us, so much so that we can truly find a deep sense of satisfaction in every of our working day. That no matter what I'm doing, either is the dream job or is not the dream job, I can go out, step out of the house, believing that this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it, because I know that I'm going to find purpose and fulfillment in whatever I'm going to do today. I need us to know that work is dignifying, work is purposeful, or at least God created work to be purposeful and to be fulfilling, and that who we are as a person is actually who we are showing ourselves to be at work. There's no separating it. Who people have come to, people have came to know us to be at work is actually who we are. It's not because I don't like that job, I'm just doing it half-heartedly. If you can do it half-heartedly, that means you can do something else half-heartedly. It's just because it is your kind of person. It is not forced. It is not the work that shapes us. It's actually us. It's actually who we are. that shapes who we are being at work. It's actually who we are that shapes how we do our work. And that's a very simple truth that I believe should guide us. So our focus should be on reshaping who we are. Our focus should be on redefining who we want to be, and let it reflect on how we do our job, because we spend so much time on our work than for us to live, for us to claim to live a distant life from our work. Let Jesus work through you. Let it work in you. Let him work in you. Let him work on you, and let him, allow him rather to shine forth through you, through your work, and through everything you do. And I pray that God will bless you in the name of Jesus. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.